welcome. Welcome to April 1st. I'm really glad it's a Saturday and I'm not going to see anyone. I need to like not go online. I hate April 1st. I absolutely hate April 1st. I don't like the April Fool's pranks and jokes. 99.9% of them I do not find funny. So I don't like April Fools, but it is April 1st. It's Saturday. It's Saturday morning. It is day one of Camp NaNoWriMo. It is also this YouTube channel's 7th birthday. I didn't think about this at the time, but I uploaded my first video to YouTube on April 1st, 2016. So I probably should have picked a different day as my first day on YouTube. But I think by that point I was just so desperate to get that video up because I'd filmed it in February. I think I filmed it on my birthday. And then I got sick with a cold and didn't want to upload when I wasn't sure when I could like film the next video and stuff like that. So yeah, April 1st, it's my YouTube channel's birthday. So I know I want to do some YouTube related videos in honor of the 7th birthday, but this month the main focus is going to be on Camp Nano. And besides Camp Nano, it's also the last month of the semester in my full-time job. So hi, if you're new here, I'm Andrea and I'm a full-time writing instructor, part-time indie author, part-time content creator. And all of you who are returning viewers, welcome back. It is lovely to have you here. Yeah, so this month is going to be a lot of Camp Nano content alongside the regular just daily type vlog content, but it's going to make it a little bit difficult to fit in like other themed or specific content, if that makes sense. So I might have to wait until May, which is probably better anyway. It is a beautiful morning. As you can tell, the light changing. The sun's coming back out. I hope it goes away again. It's partly cloudy at the moment. So it is 10:30. I'm gonna dash out for a walk while it is still 69 degrees, still in the 60s. But I'd rather go when it's in the 60s, low 70s, than later today when it's going to get up to 80. So yeah, spring is finally arriving in Phoenix. I actually saw my first 90-degree temperature pop up at the very, very end of the 10-day forecast. So spring is here. I'm gonna go out for a lovely spring morning walk on this fine April 1st day, and then we'll come back. I'll get cleaned up, freshened up, all of that stuff. I've repainted my nails in a nice bright pink. I need to get some coffee, I need to get some food, all of that stuff. And then at some point today we will do day one of some Camp Nano writing. But I've got a flashing battery light, which is definitely my sign to shut up. So let's go for a walk. That was lovely. A little bit warm, especially towards the end. Of course, now some more clouds have come by. There's not that many clouds. When the sun is blocked out a bit, it feels incredible out there, but when the sun is shining straight on you, it is getting a little bit warm out there. But it was gorgeous. It was absolutely beautiful. I'm glad I got out there when I did, because I know it was nicer now than it would be later this afternoon. So maybe this afternoon I can focus on putting up some of my spring and summer decor. Normally, I would have done that well before NaNoWriMo starts, or Camp Nano starts, but I still haven't decorated for spring, and now it's April 1st, so it really feels like it's time to decorate for spring. So I know I want to do it this weekend, so whether it's in this vlog or tomorrow's vlog, it might be a combination of the two. Normally I do a whole video of like decorating for spring. It might just get split up between these two vlogs. So we shall see. I don't have that much. Decorating for spring and summer does not take as long. I definitely have more autumn stuff, and I have a ton of, like, the Christmas tree alone takes up a whole afternoon. So like autumn and Christmas definitely are the bigger seasonal changeovers, but I'm like a month late putting up the spring stuff. Normally I do that like at the beginning of spring break, and spring break it was still feeling like winter, so I didn't put up any of my spring stuff, but it's time. Yeah, the walk was great. I saw a squirrel. Oh my gosh, like that was cool. I have lived in this apartment for nearly 10 years and I don't think I have ever seen squirrels anywhere around this neighborhood. So I don't know where they've been hiding all this time, or if they've just recently moved into the neighborhood. I don't know, but it made me so happy. Like, I know there are squirrels in Arizona, but I've never seen one here. And I love squirrels. I love squirrels so much. It's a borderline obsession. Every time I go to London and Oxford, like go to the UK, I'm always so excited because there's so many squirrels. And squirrels just make me happy. Ever since I was little, I've been obsessed with squirrels. My mom had this thing. She made up this story about our friend, the talking squirrel, the magical talking squirrel. And he would follow us wherever we moved to. I grew up in the army, and so we were constantly moving. Every 1 to 3 years we moved. Every time we moved, we'd see a squirrel, and my mom would be like, "Oh, look! Your friend, the magical talking squirrel, has found you!" Brilliant. My mom is just a genius. I don't tell her that too many times, or it will go to her head. I mean, it already has gone to her head, but she is a genius. Like, as a mother, it was just the most brilliant thing to create the story about a magical talking squirrel, because everywhere we were living had squirrels. So we were always going to see a squirrel until we moved here, which case, like, we were older and didn't need the story to keep us company as much. So like the squirrel became the friend that we never had to move away from, because he would always be there. And every time we traveled, if we saw a squirrel, my mom would be like, "Oh, look, it's the talking squirrel's cousin, the French talking squirrel or the Scottish talking squirrel," depending on what country we were visiting. So every time I see a squirrel, besides the fact that they're just cute, I really love squirrels just in general because I think they're cute, but every time I see one, it also reminds me of this whole thing from my childhood. So that was really exciting. I just turned the corner and there he was, and he just kind of froze and was looking at me. He didn't run away, so I was able to get the camera out and like turn the video on and start recording, so that was really exciting. So yeah, it was a really lovely walk. I had a really nice time. Now it is after 11:30. I am starving, so I need to eat. I need to go get cleaned up. But then I also need to eat and have some coffee and do some reading. So yeah, I'm gonna have a nice chilled, relaxing late morning, early afternoon reading, coffee, all of that good stuff. And then we will switch over to do day 1 of Camp NaNoWriting. I'm really excited, but we'll talk about that when we get there. I'm still outlining. I need to decide between now and when I sit down to work on things if I'm going to keep outlining or if I'm just going to start writing. So we'll talk about that in a little while. But for now, I really need to go get changed out of these clothes and get myself some food and some coffee because I am in desperate need of both. Okay, it is now nearly 3 o'clock. I'm an hour later to sitting down to write than I had originally intended, but that's okay. It's not gonna take me forever to do the writing that I want to do today, and I really do, like, I'm on the fence. On the one hand, part of me feels like I want to really blast into April with a really strong first couple days. Like, it really is perfect timing that Camp Nano is starting on a Saturday. So the first 2 days are Saturday and Sunday. So I'm not working today or tomorrow. That's perfect. It just always feels like it's a struggle when a Nano month starts on like the middle of a weekday or on a day where I'm teaching on campus. It just takes some of the fun away because I can't focus just on Nano. So I love that it's starting on a Saturday, but I literally cannot stop yawning. I am so tired. I think it's the combination of lack of sleep, but then I do think my walk this morning, as lovely as it was, and it was fantastic, think it wore me out just a little bit. I really would love to just sit on the couch and continue reading. I'm loving the book that I'm reading right now. I'm absolutely loving it. It's adorable. It's super cute. It's hilarious. I love the main character. So like, I do want to keep reading that. But I really want to write. I'm torn between taking advantage, going back to my original point. I am so distracted today. My ADD just feels a whole other level today. On the one hand, I love that camp is starting on a weekend, and I feel like I should take advantage and I should like try to write above my goal each day, today and tomorrow, and try to, you know, get to like 3,000 words or something by the end of this first weekend. And then another part of me, thinking back to NaNoWriMo in November, is like, maybe we should intentionally like not meet the goal today. Like, maybe we should just start off low and start off weak. Instead of starting off strong, let's start weak so that it goes up from here. You know, it's like, let's start off by, you know, setting that bar really, really low for the first weekend. So I don't know. I'm gonna do at least 1,000 words, because if I do that, then I can open up or unwrap, assuming it arrives tomorrow like it's supposed to, my first NaNoWriMo reward. So I have set up 5 rewards. I'm using the Camp Nano workbook by Sarah Cannon. I showed this in the last vlog, and she has a reward planner page on one of the pages. I've done this before. I think I did this with Nano, but what I'm doing differently this year is I actually have gifts or like little rewards that I have already ordered. They are on their way. Some of them have already arrived. 3 of them have already arrived. Of course, the 3 that have arrived are ones that are going to be my rewards for later. So I do want to hit 2K by the end of tomorrow, so that when that hopefully arrives tomorrow, I can unwrap that reward, because it's something for my planner, and so it would be really nice to have it for planning this coming week. I do want to hit 2K. If I can do more than 1,000 words each day, that would be amazing, because I know this coming week is going to be really challenging. This coming week, I'm doing conferences on Zoom every day with my students. I am meeting with approximately 120 students over the course of 5 days in 10-minute conferences each. It's gonna be a lot. It's just gonna be a lot. It's going to be a challenge to get to 1,000 words every day. So I don't really want to start off behind, but I also don't want to, I think today is the day I want to take it a little bit easier. I think 1,000 is my minimum goal. 1,200 would be really nice. 1,500 would be great. And I think even if I get to 1,500, I'm going to make myself stop, because I don't want to burn myself out and not be able to write tomorrow. I'm trying to be strategic about camp this month. I don't want to burn out, because with NaNoWriMo in November, I hadn't finished Across the Pond Book 4. I got to about 65,000 words in that project, or a little bit over that, because I think I did 65 or or 60,000 total in the month. So I didn't finish it. And then it took me, like, I really didn't do any writing in December, and I didn't really do any writing in January. And then I started getting back into writing in February, and then I finally finished it at the beginning of March. So like, with where I had gotten by November, end of November with that project, I should have had it finished by the end of winter break, which would have been like the first week and a half of January. I should have, like, there wasn't that many words left. I should have been able to finish it by then, even with taking time off for the holidays. But I burned myself out so bad creatively that I didn't get it finished until quite a few months after my original idea. So I don't want that to happen with this. I don't want to get to May and the semester being done and suddenly I'm just burned out because I'm burned out from work, but now I'm also burned out from doing too much during camp, and then this book takes all summer to write. I don't want, this is one way I'm thinking of it, I don't want my Camp April project to also still be my Camp July project. This needs to be done by July because I want to start something new for July Camp Nano. So I am trying to be very mindful of that going into camp this month, that I don't want to overdo it, and I don't want this to become something that just burns me out. So where are we at? What have I managed to do in the last 5 days that I wasn't vlogging since last weekend? So last weekend you guys saw me set up my binder. I then spent the week working on this. The outline is now at 5,815 words. So right now, to finish this by June 30th, I need to write about 1,046 words, so just over 1,000. I had it set to July 15th and then realized I can't finish this in July. I need to finish this by the end of June, which will be fine because that gives me all of May and all of June, which I'll be off work from my full-time job by those months. Every chapter has at least 250 words in it. So here's the thing. I usually try to outline until every chapter has 1,000 words. I love a super outline. I don't know how much I want to spend camp outlining. I really want to just write. I think I have enough in each chapter to know what I'm doing. So I think I'm just gonna start writing. If there's a day where I'm struggling to write, I can switch back to outlining. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So I'm gonna start writing. Which means I do need to compile this from Scrivener, so I've got a separate Word doc of just my outline. I'm going to start my playlist on Epidemic Sound. I'm going to light my candle. This is the Blackberry Absinthe candle by Illume. I found this a couple of vlogs ago, and I have been waiting so long to be able to light this one. I told myself I was going to wait until Nano actually started and wait until I was actually writing and not just outlining, but this candle is just divine. So I'm gonna get that lit, get the music going, get the ambience and the mood and everything set, and I'm gonna start writing. Just checking in. It is now nearly 4 o'clock. I wanted to take a break and go pop a batch of brownies in the oven. I just have a box mix, so I'm going to use that, but just thought brownies might be a nice treat for this week with conferences and stuff, and make a nice little writing snack. So I'm gonna make up a thing of brownies, so I want to get that going, and then I'll come back and do some more writing. I have 839 words written in my prologue so far, and I just realized I'm writing all of this and I haven't compiled anything. So let me do that really quick. Definitely I'm gonna finish the prologue today and probably let myself write a paragraph or two in the first chapter. I don't know, maybe I will do closer to 1500 today. So I'm gonna get up and take a bit of a break right now. I also need to get my charger because my laptop is down to 28% battery, so I need to go grab my charger because I left that over by the couch. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying writing the prologue more than I thought I would, and it's giving me like more ideas. I've got a flashing battery light, so I'm gonna swap out the batteries. I'm gonna go pop some brownies in the oven, and then we'll get back to writing. Okay, prologue is done, and the prologue is 1,375 words, and I've written, because some of that was my outline, so I've written 1,312. That's my current word count. So now the manuscript is up to 7,126. It's 4:39, so I'll probably write until like 5 o'clock-ish, and then maybe go sit and read for a little bit before I make dinner. But I'm just having too much fun. It's too nice here. And I'm feeling good. I don't feel like I'm burning out. I really like how the prologue turned out. I think I did a good job, and it's so frustrating because like if this was a movie, I can see exactly the camera transition from the prologue to the first chapter, like from that scene to the next scene, and I don't think it's going to come across in writing. This is one of the difficulties about my brain. I see the book. I see the scene happening, unfolding in my head, and I'm just frantically trying to write down what I'm seeing and translate that onto the page. So I'm a very, very visual writer. I can't help it. It's definitely a challenge. In these books, I just feel like I visualize these shops. I visualize the high street, aka the high of Olsenburg, of this fictional town. I love working on these books, and I'm really excited. Like, part of what I'm looking forward to in chapter 1 is describing the shop that's the focus of this book. So I haven't announced which character, and so I haven't announced which shop book 3 is based around, but I'm really looking forward to writing it, because one of the things I love the most about doing this series is it's total wish fulfillment. It's total living vicariously through my characters. I would love, in another life, if things had gone differently, if my dad hadn't gone into the army, and if my parents had stayed, like if they'd met at Platteville University, which is near Mineral Point, like they did, if they'd met there, but then my dad became an accountant or something, and if the family had stayed in Wisconsin, you know, I just feel like in another life I would have totally ended up probably running my own business in Mineral Point or in one of the other small towns in that area of Wisconsin. Like, I could totally see myself living the lifestyle of some of these characters. Doing each of these books is really letting me kind of play with that idea of like, what if I owned a bookshop in a small town? And what if I owned an inn and pub in a small town? If I owned this business, how would I design it? What would it look like? What would it feel like? What would it sound like? What would it smell like? And so you've seen some of the other businesses in the first 2 books as the characters have gone into each other's shops to visit. But in the Bookshop of Possibilities, the majority of the action is in the bookshop. And in the Inn of Hopes and Dreams, the majority of the action is in the inn and pub. And so you don't really get to know the other shops. Part of that's because there just isn't time to fully develop each of these shops from the very first book, but part of it's also me trying to like play my cards. Oh, there goes the air conditioner. It's warmed up in here just enough. The AC has turned on, so I apologize for the change in the audio. There's not much I can do about that. 'Tis the season. Get used to it. It's gonna be this way until October or November. But oh wow, I can both smell the brownies and I can smell this candle a lot now. This candle, y'all, I am loving this candle. Oh, it's just so beautiful. The scent is just amazing. Where was I? Oh my gosh, my brain cannot hold focus today. And I'm amazed I'm doing as well as I am with the writing. But so part of the reason why I haven't really developed each business in the first two books is also wanting to wait until it's that business's turn, so that if I change my idea of what I want it to look like, I can. Like the bookshop, it's tough. Like so far of the 3 that I've developed so far, Kimbrel's Bookshop, the Silver Stag, and now this one. The bookshop is still always going to be my favorite, and owning a bookshop would always be the ultimate dream. But I think this one's going to be like a very, very close second. I love the Silver Stag. I love the inn and pub, but this one book 3 is going to be so up my street. I suddenly have so many ideas of what the design of it would look like. So I'm just really excited to write this one and to develop this shop and develop this little world of her shop and what it would look like. And don't get me wrong, I've got tons of ideas for the next couple shops as well as beyond that. Like, I know I want to do a floral shop. I want to have someone come into town and open up a floral shop. I want to do a book based around the Christmas shop that one of the grannies owns. So I have a plot idea that would involve that one, because I have to write a Christmas book, like a completely designated Christmas book for this series. Don't hold me to when. I can't promise anything. I want to write these first 5 of the 5 established characters first, but like in the books beyond book 5 and in the books beyond Kate, Lydia, Molly, Elise, and Bryn, and that's not in order. In the books beyond those 5, I know I want there to be a flower shop, the Christmas shop. I think I want to do a knitting shop. I know I have another idea for the bakery and cafe, so I want to do something with that. I might also do one of the antique shops. Like, there's just, the ideas are never ending for this series. I'm just going to slowly work my way around this whole town, and if I'm doing them at the rate of a book a year, we've got several years ahead of us. But I'm just so excited to write this one. I could easily see myself doing 2 of these books a year if I wasn't working my full-time job. Like, if writing was my full-time job, I could totally see myself writing and publishing 2 Independent Hearts books each year. But unfortunately, with my full-time job and with the other series that I have on the table, I can only do 1 book per series at a time. And I love those ones too. Like, this is my problem. People ask me, like non-writers will ask me when they hear how many books I'm writing and stuff. I'll frequently get asked, oh my gosh, how do you do it? Where do you come up with the ideas? And it's like, you don't understand. The ideas are not the problem. It's the time to write all of the ideas. That is what I struggle with. So yeah. But anyway, I need to go check on the brownies and I want to get back to writing. It's 4:50. So I'm going to write for another 10 to 20 minutes and then we will see what our final word count of the day ends up being. Okay, I didn't write for as long as I thought, but I did get to 1,565 words and I got 2-ish paragraphs into chapter 1. So that's exciting. That's really exciting. I'm really happy. So our total word count after today's writing, we're now up to 7,379 words for the manuscript. So that's fantastic. It's going well. I'm feeling really optimistic about April. It's only April 1st, so we'll see. Camp Nano could still take a turn, but right now I'm feeling really good. I'm loving this candle. I have burned it out for the day. Just realized I need to go to the NaNoWriMo page and I need to do my first update in that. I also think it's interesting that so far across all the Nano projects I've worked on, I've done a total of 158,230 words. That's pretty exciting. So we need to update. We're doing 1,565 words. I felt pretty great while I was writing. I was writing at home on my laptop. And I was writing, when did I start? I started at like 3, right? So let's say 1,500 to, so 1,500 to, it's about 1,700 hours. Update progress, and there we go. I'm starting out above where I needed to be. So that's fantastic. That's very exciting. Ooh, I've got some buddy requests. And there's some people I need to add. Yay, I'm excited to see people update their stuff. So that's very, very exciting. Cool, yay, we're doing the thing, you guys. We're doing the writing, that's what matters. So I feel good. I feel like I've started strong enough, but I'm stopping before I put too much pressure on myself. I feel like I can do just 1,000 words tomorrow and I would be happy. I did want a slight surplus going into the week just in case I have some days this week that I don't get to 1,000 words. It's all good. It's all good. I've started updating my tracker in the Camp Nano workbook by Sarah Cannon. So yay, that's exciting. Really happy. It's going to be exciting to like watch those trackers fill out and to watch the tracker on the Nano website fill out. So I'm looking forward to this month. It should be a good month. Anyway, I want to go sit down and read and relax and just chill out for a little bit longer until it's time for dinner. I have to remind myself it's just Saturday. It's just Saturday. I still have all day tomorrow before I have to work again. I'm gonna go sit, I'm gonna go relax, but this has been a fantastic day 1 of NaNoWriMo and I'm really excited for the rest of the month. And I'm really excited for this book. So yay. Things I found joyful in writing today. I want to try to get into a habit of sharing what brought me joy while I was writing throughout this month, because I do not want Nano to turn into a stressful thing. This is a fun thing. So what brought me joy today was definitely this candle. Oh my gosh. Also the fresh flowers that I got at Whole Foods. I got this really beautiful little bunch. It was only $6 and they'd put together bunches. It must have been from like random stems left over from other bunches or something. But there's like 3 carnations, there's a daisy, there's 1 rose, there's some greenery, and then there's another kind of flower that I don't remember the name of. And then they're all grouped by color. So I got this really pretty bright pink bunch, but they had like a purple one and a yellow one. So I'm really liking them. And I still have this one yellow tulip. I've got the pink tulips. They're hanging in there, but this was the only yellow one that's still doing okay. This was one that had randomly broken off the rest of the bunch the day that I brought them home. And so all the ones that were in the main vase with the pink ones, they've all died, but this guy is still hanging out. So the fresh flowers at my desk and the candle, like it's been very cozy, but also like springtime and just, I'm not describing things well. I've used up all my word ability in writing today, but it's just been very nice. So that's definitely brought me joy and has been very exciting today. So looking forward to another fun day of writing tomorrow. But for now, we're gonna go relax. Gonna go read, have dinner in a little while, have a cozy evening. That's gonna be a good night. I look very pink in this lighting. We're gonna make this quick because I've already imported all the footage that I've filmed so far today. And even after collapsing the time lapses, we are already up to like an hour and 12 minutes. I need to be more mindful of this throughout the month. Like, this is my problem every time I vlog. It's not like that's an unusual amount of raw footage for me to have to edit, but I know the time I'm gonna have to edit over this week in particular, so I need to be more mindful of how much I talk to you guys. So I'm gonna wrap this up. It's been a lovely day, and it's been a lovely evening. I think I'm just gonna watch a couple YouTube videos and then get in bed and do some reading, some more reading. I'm still loving this book so much, so I definitely want to read a little bit more. But yes, I am gonna go, and I will see you all very soon in the next vlog. I will start talking to you all again tomorrow because I'm gonna vlog tomorrow. This vlog is going up on Monday, so you will see the next vlog on Wednesday. So I'll see you all on Wednesday. If you have made it this far in the vlog, you can leave me some camping related emojis to symbolize the start of Camp NaNoWriMo for April. I'm very excited. I just have a lot of excitement for camp. I feel like I've got a slightly different approach for it this time around compared to past camps and past nanos. It's gonna be really chill, really low stakes, really low pressure. I have my goals set and rewards to motivate me, but also I'll give myself the rewards by the end of the month even if I don't meet the goal. It's all good. It's all good. So yeah, so leave me some camping emojis in honor of Camp NaNoWriMo. Let me know in the comments if you are doing camp or not, whether you're doing it officially or unofficially. Feel free, especially if you're doing it unofficially and if you're not registered on the website, to give us progress updates in each of my Camp Nano vlogs to let me know how you're doing so that we can cheer you all on. Everyone else, pay attention to the comments, give some likes, some some thumbs up to some of the comments if someone is sharing their nano progress so that we can all cheer each other on. I think that would be a lot of fun. Feel free to add me on the NaNoWriMo website if you haven't already. I am Andrea J. Severson on there, I think. So find me or DM me on Instagram or something, or leave a comment down below with your username so that I can track you down on there. I love connecting with other buddies on NaNoWriMo's website. Yeah, let's just chat nano in the comments and writing projects and all of that good stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna watch a couple videos, continue relaxing here on the couch, and then go get in bed. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I really hope I sleep better tonight because I need it. Give this vlog a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. All of that great YouTubey stuff. And I will see you all very soon in the next vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye!